It's the 360 show. Welcome, everyone. India getting the better of England in that third test match. What a fantastic performance from all of them, especially the youngsters. And we'll cover a little bit of that. It's all set up for a great finish in test matches 4 and 5 coming up soon. And then South Africa, second best over there in New Zealand. New Zealand winning the first ever test series against South Africa, making full use of a very experienced squad. The WPL coming up as well over there in India. Only 5 teams, and we'll cover a little bit of that all on the 360 show for this week. India won the third test match, and it's now 2-1 in this test series. It's all set up for test matches 4 and 5, and I absolutely cannot wait to see how it's going to unfold. I thought it was a very clinical performance from India right from the start to the finish. They didn't put a foot wrong during this test match. They were tested by England in their first innings when England batted. I thought Ben Duckett played an incredible knock, and as I tweeted there, Ben Duckett, wow, he was going it faster than a runner ball for his innings, and I thought it was a great counter punch or comeback from the top order batters of England. But ultimately, the Indian bowlers were just too classy. A lot of things happened during this test match that excited me. I thought the youngsters who came into the Indian squad performed exceptionally well. Sarfaraz and Jural both played their hands, and very promising talent for India in the future. Sarfaraz getting a 60-odd, getting run out, unfortunately, by Jaddu there. Jaddu certainly the guilty party in this instance, but you could see the disappointment in his body language when he got his 100 just after that. The way he celebrated was very calm in a way, very disappointed that he ran the young man out. And it was great to see from a experienced campaigner actually taking responsibility and almost showing his remorse on that pitch. But Sarfaraz had to walk off for a very well played 62 in that first innings in his first ever test match for India. And it was just great to see his family there. I've played with this guy at RCB before. He's a level-headed, down-to-earth boy, and I'm very proud of him. It was great to see his dad blowing a kiss and Sarfaraz blowing a kiss back when he got to his 50. A very emotional moment there on the pitch, and it was just heartwarming for me to watch. I watched every ball live, and also Dhruv Jural, the way he played, I thought he looked at home, I think he just flourished in this innings of 46 of 104 balls under pressure, coming through for India and playing well, and just adding to that momentous total that they got there. Ashwin running on the pitch was very interesting to me. I've never in my life seen a scoreboard reflect that. 5 without loss after no balls bowled. That's a first for me. It was very interesting. I thought India were worn quite a bit in that first innings while they were batting. And similar with England, it's very difficult to make sure you stay off the danger area, especially when ones are really important. You're trying to get off the mark. You're trying to build your innings. And you know that by running to the side and then forward could end up for you getting run out at the end of the day. So it's a very tricky one. Sometimes as a batter, you know it's a tight run and you just want to run a straight line and make your ground, so that you don't get out. But ultimately, it plays a huge role in Indian conditions, especially over there in Asia. I think when you run on the wicket, it plays a huge role in days 3, 4, and 5 for the ball to turn more, to deviate more off the seam. And I understand why the umpires are onto the players as so much, like they have been. And ultimately, Ashwin getting 5 penalty runs there for Team India, unfortunately. But it is an interesting one. I would like to hear your comments on that. What do you guys think? So what about maybe allowing players to run on the pitch? And I think that'll be quite interesting. I don't think it's a good idea, but you never know. I'd like to hear your thoughts. And then we see a comment here from Ben Duckett with regards to Joe Root taking some criticism with the way he played, or he has been playing the last season or two with Bazball that's been introduced. I think Joe Root is one of the players that completely changed his technique, his style, and just a complete different player. I thought ultimately and honestly, when I played against him, he was one of the best test batters that I've ever played against. I think that has changed purely because of the Bazball and the way he's played. And I know it's a big statement, but the players that you find hardest to play against in test match cricket are the guys who you just don't get out. And now he ends up playing reverse sweeps and um, sort of just playing out of his norm. And I don't quite like that. I think there are players that are so good that you just go to him and tell him, listen, you just play a natural game. You are the glue of this batting lineup. Let the rest of us go out of our way of normal play, if I can say it like that. Like tell Ben Duckett or Ben Stokes or whoever else, listen, you guys play aggressively, but Joe Root, you are the glue. You just play and you just stay in and keep the innings together. That would be my 5 cents with that. But nevertheless, I think Bazball and what it stands for, positive cricket, I still like. But I have spoken about this in length before. I want the players just to play Test cricket and confront situations that are in front of you. That's what the Test cricket is all about. To predetermine the way you're going to play in a Test match is very dangerous. And that's proven right in this instance where England just needed to bat normally in that last innings, set up big partnerships to maybe give them a chance to draw the Test match, maybe chase it down, whatever the case may be. I just think play the situation. And unfortunately, that hasn't happened in that last innings, particularly in that last innings. Then Ravi Ashwin gets to 500 Test wickets. What a fantastic achievement. Ash, if you ever listen to this, congratulations. You're one of the toughest bowlers I ever played against. Incredible asset for the Indian cricket team with both bat and ball. And I tweeted about this as well. Jaddu and Ashwin and the combination of the two of them and what they offer to Team India. It's two out and out all rounders. And you don't often get that in a cricket team, especially in a test match cricket team. Both these guys score big runs under pressure for Team India. Both of them win the match at times with a ball in hand. We see Ravi Jadeja on this occasion being the player of the match. And it's just non-stop pressure from these two players. So what a great asset for Team India, and Ash getting to 500. Getting Zach Crawley out for his 500th Test wicket. What a fantastic achievement. He's been a stalwart and not always getting enough credit for the player that he is and the role that he plays in that Indian team. So what a legend, and congratulations to him. We see there also Ravi Jaddu scoring that 100 in that first innings with Captain Rohit Sharma, which ultimately set up the Test match for Team India. Was such a crucial partnership that. So let's not forget how big a role those two played. Yes, everyone talks about Jaddu running Sarfaraz out and this and that, but ultimately this guy is just a pure asset for Team India, scoring 100 and getting wickets all the time. That you just can't beat that. Playing against Ash over the years, the one thing that stands out is just he's a tall guy, first of all, so he's got natural variation in bounce. He's got subtle changes with his wrist where he will undercut one a little bit more. He'll get over the top a little bit more with some others. He's got the carom ball. He's got the leggy. He bowls all kinds of deliveries, but that's not his strength. In my opinion, his strength is just his accuracy, his knowledge of the game. He's got immense knowledge of cricket and how to get batters out and how to set them up. And he's just so patient. He stays in it, even though he's got all these variations. He stays patient within his game plans. And that's what really makes him good. I've always felt putting pressure on him is the best way of countering it, really making him guess the lengths that he needs to bowl. And the way you do that is to come down the wicket, stay back deep in your crease, and give yourself a bit of room, come across a bit more to the offside, work him to the leg side. You got to make him guess because he's so smart and he understands his own game so well that it's really difficult to counter what he's got to offer out there with the ball in hand. Just an out-and-out match winner for Team India and a fantastic player. There was one standout bowler for Team England, and that was Mark Wood. I thought his courage and his never-say-die attitude really stood out. He got 414 in that innings where India scored 445. For a pace bowler over there in those conditions, it's never easy. It was a really good wicket, which offered a little bit for the spinners, or I'd say more for the spinners. But Mark Wood really standing out with 4 wickets there and bowling exceptionally well from the start to finish, really giving his 100%. And that's always a good sign of a guy with a bit of character and the guy that plays for the team, which I really enjoy about Mark Wood. But that's all for Team India and Team England going up against each other in that third test match. As I said, India coming out on top. But it's not all doom and gloom for England. There's still time to fight back in the series. India will do everything they can to prevent that from happening. And for us, fans, we just can sit back, relax, and enjoy the entertainment, because I promise you there will be enough of that and a lot of that. So test matches 4 and 5 coming up. It's around the corner, and it's all set up for a dramatic finish. I can't wait to watch all of that. So Mother Cricket is very kind, and Sarfaraz Khan got a second chance in this test match, coming out, playing the same way, almost going at a runner ball again, getting to that 60 odd again, and not getting a run out this time around. So he got his second opportunity, scored more runs, and altogether it's 130 odd runs, somewhere around there, with only being dismissed once. So Mother Cricket really looked after Sarfaraz there. He's a good boy and he deserves all the accolades that come his way. Also very happy for Shubman Gill scoring a 91. He's been under a bit of pressure. He hasn't been in the greatest form of his life, but coming through over here and playing a very important knock for his own career. He's not a selfish player, but this particular innings was really, really important for him, just to give him a bit of breathing room, a bit of freedom within that Indian batting lineup, where it's all power. And let's talk about Yashasvi Jaiswal. What an incredible player. There are not enough words to describe with what we are witnessing here, guys. Another double hundred, scoring 12 sixes, very aggressive batting. And it just makes the game look so easy. He's a tall left-hander. I love watching him play. He's so good on the eye, and you just always feel like he's got the pressure on the bowlers. He's always looking to pounce, and that's what I love about him as an opening batter. He just looks fantastic for the future. He will be tested in different conditions around the world in the future, but I've no doubt in my mind that he has got the ability, the talent, the skills, the mindset to counter whatever challenges may come his way in the future. And I'm looking forward to seeing him develop in a great in the future, scoring runs all around the world, because that'll be immediately be the comments from journalists around the world. Yeah, but it's in India. He feels at home there. Will he not be able to? He will not be able to score in other parts of the world. I beg to differ. I think this guy's got the ability to be a great and to score runs around the world, around the globe. Looking forward to that. What a player, and congratulations to him. And there was a great run out as well by Jural in this early wicket for India as he ran out Ben Duckett. And I thought that sort of kick-started that last innings where India forced England to collapse and ultimately winning that test match. England still playing that Bazball, positive kind of cricket, where I felt it was a great opportunity for them to show the world that they can adapt to different conditions, different situations of test matches. Unfortunately, getting pummeled out there for 122 and not being willing or open to adapting to certain situations. I think it was a great opportunity just to show and that they can play differently, and maybe finding a way to draw that test match, going 1-1 into the fourth. There's a big difference between 2-1 and 1-1. I don't know. I'd like to hear your comments about that, guys. So that is enough with regards to England and India. It's been a great test series so far, and I'm looking forward to test matches 4 and 5. It's all around the corner, and it's all set up for a grand finale and a fantastic finish to what's been a very entertaining series. South Africa tour to New Zealand then, not being good enough over there, losing 2-0 to New Zealand. There were moments of sunlight shining through a very dark cloud for the South African team, for the Proteas. 1 or 2 players put up their hands. That's what I'm referring to. But ultimately, just maybe not enough depth in that team. As you know, it was not our best test team we sent over there, largely because of the Betway SA20 that took place in South Africa, which is an integral part of the development of cricket in our country. So I fully understand the thinking, but why, oh why, did someone not think of changing the schedule and maybe getting these test matches to happen later on in the year? I know that it was possible. You have a certain window of where you need to get test matches being played, and unfortunately, there was someone in control of forcing his hand and making sure that these test matches were played at this particular time. And ultimately, South Africa ended up playing with not their best team. the positive side in that is one or two players did put up their hands and saying, listen, I am ready for Test cricket and maybe you guys should look at me. I think of a David Bedingham, also Ruan de Swart, who's a handy all-rounder, powerful left-hand batter as well. Those two players probably stood out to me and sort of put up their hands for the future. Not many others really standing out. And the sad part of this is South Africa going down 2-0. It's the first time South Africa's ever lost a Test series against New Zealand. So it's quite a big deal, in my opinion, for someone who has played a lot of Test matches for South Africa, who was proud of a record like this, a lot of other players. But ultimately, South Africa not being good enough over there. Let's talk about Kane Williamson. I mean, he's just been simply incredible, scoring 6 Test hundreds in his last 6 Test matches. What a fantastic player. I've always felt that he was one of the first guys to understand what I was also talking about batting in your box. That ultimately comes down to keeping that bat blade down to 45 degrees, more or less. Really solid defensive game. And I feel he cannot play cricket without a solid defensive game, no matter what format we're talking. And Kane Williamson is probably the best in the world with that at the moment. He's just got no flaws with his defensive game. As a bowler, you have to bowl an incredible delivery to get him out. And even if you do nick him off sometimes, because of his solid defense, the ball drops short of the slip cordon. So really tough to bowl to this guy. When you get an opportunity, you have to take it. South Africa created a few opportunities in those 2 Test matches, didn't take them, and he made them pay, scoring hundreds left, right, and centre. And he's just the standout batter for New Zealand. He's certainly in the great territory now, and I think he's got more greatness to achieve in the future. And then William O'Rourke on his debut, getting 4 for 59 and 5 for 34, player of the match. What a fantastic story for the young man, coming out in his first Test match for New Zealand, unfortunately against my South African team. But bowling really well. Tall guy, gets a bit of bounce. He reminds me a bit of Kyle Jamieson, of a Morne Morkel perhaps. His bounce really his biggest asset, and then a bit of consistency with that. It's always going to be a handful to deal with. David Bedingham, I did touch on him, scoring 100 over there, 110 of 141, his first Test match 100. Very proud of the man. He plays his cricket over here in Pretoria. I've never really got to know him well, but I'm very, very happy for him, and it looks like a really promising prospect for the future for South African cricket. The WPL is coming up, the Women's Premier League. I'm very excited for that. It's starting the day after tomorrow. We have defending champs, the Mumbai Indians, who won that trophy last year, and they will do everything in their ability to do that again and to defend their glory. Runners-up in that instance from last year was the Delhi Capitals. Half of the tournament, by the way, will be happening in Bengaluru, the other half at Delhi, so they'll finish up in Delhi. Maybe that'll be a little bit of an advantage for the Delhi Capitals, finishing the tournament in their home city, in front of their home crowds. We also have the UP Warriors with a bunch of talented players and just an all-star team. Also the Gujarat Giants, and then my team, RCB. Starting at home, hopefully they'll take advantage of that and have a really good start of the tournament and gain enough momentum to go and finish it off over there in Delhi. But all in all, just 5 teams in this tournament, which means it's a real fantastic competition, strength versus strength. When you get too many teams, sometimes the quality of cricket goes down a bit. So I can tell you guys right now, buckle up, because this is going to be a fantastic tournament taking place over there in India. And as I said, Mumbai Indians will try and defend their title. But I think teams like RCB and maybe runners up from last year, Delhi Capitals, will have something to say about that. But that's the WPL coming up day after tomorrow. Make sure to watch all the action and enjoy the entertainment. And just a quick one, ABReacts, very interesting thing that I picked up is this wagon wheel of mine over there in the IPL, and it's just beautiful colors all around. Interestingly, cow corner coming in with 27% and the cover area with 21%. My 2 favorite areas, which I do like, it's in the V, but let me not kid myself. That cow corner, even though it's sort of in the V, it's really clearing up that front leg and slowing it over there. But luckily for me, it paid off more often than not. I thought it's just a fun thing to share with you guys. And also in ABReacts, It was my birthday on the 17th of Feb, and I would like to thank each and every one of you for the love, for all the comments, for all the messages I got uh, over the day, course of the day, the week. Even I think some people started on the 12th, 13th of Feb, sending me birthday messages. I didn't read all of them, but I do try and read as many as I can. I would like to thank all of you. Here's one from one of my friends over there saying, many, many happy returns of the day. My all-time favorite, AB de Villiers. This innings and IPL 229 plus partnership with Virat against the Gujarat Titans. One of your favorites. Thank you very much. It was one of my favorites too, and absolutely enjoyed that. And also the other one against the Mumbai Indians over there at the Wankhede Stadium, also with Virat, two of my favorite partnerships of my career. So thank you very much, guys. I had a fantastic birthday. My wife set up a nice party for me. We were about 34 people, so it's not a huge party, hundreds of people, only 34, so 17 couples. And it was really sort of intimate still in a way. There were a couple of speeches took place, and all in all, just a very enjoyable evening. What if you use these goggles while batting, fielding, or keeping? DK said, talking about the AB 360 View. It's the Ray-Ban Meta goggles that I bought for myself. I absolutely love this gadget. I did post on it about it on Instagram. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will be sharing more behind the scenes footage and maybe of me playing golf. Maybe I'll get into the nets and play with my boys and also hit that record button. It is a very cool gadget, and follow me on socials for more content like that. And then Idsam50 says here, anyone tell how I can ask questions from ABD? Guys, I have said it before, just post in the descriptions box below. I have a team that filter through the questions. So there is the key. I look at good questions, good cricketing questions, good life questions, questions about music, whatever the case may be, or maybe good advice on how to use my glasses or how to change the show and to make it better for you guys, because it's all about you guys. It's the viewers that I want to enjoy the show. So all good content on there in the descriptions box. Please share it with me. Ask your questions and share some ideas of things that I can do on the show, perhaps. Talking about the 360 view, let's have a look at this Instagram post, and I hope you guys enjoyed this. Right, let's go, boys. Going up the famous Sydney Street. It's also the street where the best golf course is located in the Highveld, Pretoria Country Club. It's where I'm a member. And that's the Ray-Ban Meta. No sponsorship. I'm not spamming you guys, trying to get you to buy them. I bought them with my hard-earned cash. That's pretty cool. You can take phone calls, listen to music, and take videos and photos. So, nice little gadget. I've never been a gadget man, but these sunnies are one of my best. Pretty cool, right? I absolutely love that content that the glasses create, and I'm going to be sharing more with you guys. There's also behind the scenes footage here of me commentating at the Wanderers in the SA20. Pomi Mbangwa took this video, but these are the kind of things that I would like to share with you guys. Have a look at this.
Nicely played. 8 from the elbow already. I don't think you're signing so well. You need to write slower. Yeah, brilliant. I absolutely love it. Yeah. He's going to jump. Can't believe it. He's just jumped him. Oh, he's called security on them.
What I love about this video is I get up close and personal with the fans. I'm right there in their space. And I think if I hit that record button on my sunglasses, we're going to be seeing some very interesting things. I will be taking it over there to India with the IPL as well. I'll be sharing some content with the backstage team in Scott Styrus, Brett Lee, Chris Gale, all my friends with Viacom, when we will be doing some content creation and commentary for Geo Cinema. I absolutely cannot wait. So that's that for ABReacts. Let's move on to 360 quiz then. Last week's winner, Aryan Gar. Congratulations for getting this right. The question was, which was the only team against whom Mapaka went for over 5 runs per over? That was Scotland. He went for 2 for 53. As you guys will remember, I spoke about his goals that he wrote down in last week's show. He never wanted to go for over 50. He did go for it over 50 in his 10 overs once, and it was against Scotland. But other than that, he was absolutely outstanding, and he broke his own targets with ease. This week's question, very tricky one, has got to do with Kane Williamson. All the very best. How many times has Kane Williamson hit his 34th Test 50? It's a tricky one, and I hope you get it right. And that's that for 360 Show this week. Thank you very much for joining me. Follow me on socials, subscribe to this channel, and hit that bell notification, and let's stay in the loop.